Today we are painting these koi fish, and this is the reference photo that I am using for this one. But I really just used that fish and I put it on the paper in a couple different ways. You can download the reference photo I have by clicking on the link in the description section and follow along. Go ahead and trace out your koi however you would like them to look. This will be step by step. We'll begin first, you'll trace this out. Then we are going to lay down some color for the fish, and then we will bring in the background, and voila, you will have fish. Let's get painting. So here we have our koi, and these are so much fun. There's so much movement that we have happening in this picture. And I've got a number of different brushes with me today, but I think I'm going to begin with my round Princeton Heritage Series round 6. I want to make these a little bit more loose than I normally would. I normally don't do a super loose painting, but I'm going to begin by putting some color down. Just wherever that orange, deep orange red will be. Kind of leaving these places where I see I accidentally put one line in here that I'm not going to use. That's not part of the fish. That's part of the stone beneath the fish. Here we've got this red and orange and yellow that I have mixed up for this nice color here. And we're going to go ahead and begin by just dropping that color in where I saw it. This is a little bit like the oysters that we did last week. If you want to do oysters, you can go ahead and go find them. And koi it's kind of orangey red, right? And I feel like that's maybe more orange than I had wanted. I want to drop in a little bit more red. I'm just using just the straight red, bringing that in. They're so fun. This color is just so much fun, right? Bringing that in, look how beautiful that color is. Now, on the fins, I want to go ahead and get this wet here and bring in that color. Just allowing that to kind of playfully come in. I see that over here as well. And it's just kind of lighter over there. Bringing it in here too. So we're starting with this first one over here. Now let's do that same thing on this side right here. And I'm going to bring that color in, water down here, around the side, bring it in the fin. Let's bring in the water. dropping my orange in first, letting it loosely just travel to the places where I want it to travel. And back here. A little bit right there. I want to pick up a little bit more red and drop in that red down here. So we've got the koi color really starting to take shape. I'm just gonna bring in this color some places where I see it happening on the other places. Do want to bring in some color here as well. And the color I'm bringing in is cerulean blue to start. And we're just gonna let that travel along. Right in here. And here. Back here. Gonna do the same thing on the other guy. Bringing that cerulean blue in. Bring in a little bit more orange back here. And here. And I think I need more cerulean over here. And we'll let this dry. Stronger cerulean over here as well. I would like to add a little bit more of my orange red too, and I'm going to bring it in here. I definitely see some spots where the koi has a very cute little blue, and it is a pretty strong dark blue. It's not a Payne's gray, but it's just still a dark blue, and I'm gonna add those little bumps here. Yeah, okay. So these are really looking good. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to begin to do the water. I'd like to bring in good amounts of blue happening around this koi I like the dark blue that we just used on the top of the koi. And I'm gonna play with this in a lot of different ways. So I'm actually gonna start by making it rather light and outlining around our fish. All right, what do you think? We are almost there, I believe, and we have these very fun little koi. All right, I think we have done it. What do you think? Is that a fun koi? I believe it is. And voila, the best part now. And done.